Now, the first thing is, this is going to be a difficult thing. Everybody says, I have a salon, you have one salon, second salon, third salon. If you pick up your cards and you see on your visiting cards, either it says hair and beauty salon or it says unisex salon. What does that mean, for heaven's sake? You see, when we wanted to come out with this salon chain, we sat back, and believe me, I spent hours and hours with experts like Rob and company, all consultants which I paid through my nose, how to differentiate. Whether it is a small salon or a large chain, you have to sit back and decide what you mean to that customer. I think Rob has covered quite a few points to decide who your customer is. But to that customer, what do you mean? I'll give you an example. The other day, I was in Indore, and this lady tells me, sir, you know something? My business has plummeted. I was doing so well. After some time, my business went down. So I said, what happened? How did you now pick up? She said, I started differentiating. What I do now, I tell my customers, I do skin treatments. And the customers are coming back. And this is very important. Now, here I just wanted to give you this example. Cheryl's Cosmeceuticals. When we first started, I actually went through this process of differentiation. First, we said, are we a cosmetic company? And this is what happened to us. I just had to share with you. We used to say, it is Cheryl's Cosmetics. So what big deal? Then we said it is cosmeceutical, cosmetics that deliver pharmaceutical results. Wow! But then we also anticipated that in future, there would be lots and lots of people who would still claim the word cosmeceutical. I don't have a claim for the word cosmeceutical. But see what we did. We said, every communication of ours is skincare that works. What is your tagline? You please decide. Then we talked about the beautician. This is fantastic. You know, I hate this word beauticians. So what we did was, we coined this word skin solution specialist. And it is really picked up. So if you look at this, is it, like I said in the beginning, is it one single factor that contributes to the success of your brand? And I don't think so. Ambience, perfect. Service menu, which I want to talk to you. Customer service, which I need to share this with you because I visit a lot of salons too. Knowledge, training, and the last one is professional products, where I come in. Now, in ambience, you say the branding, your posters, your furniture, your music, your air conditioning, your decor. Is that going to get you a successful brand? I don't think so. Okay, service menu, the various services that you offer, new types of treatments, new techniques, products offered by the salon, and the kind of people that you have, manpower, are they actually trained or not? Here is something which is called customer service. You know, I have seen in certain salons where they give you exceptional customer service. It's like when you have a special relations guest. If you go to you check into a good hotel, you have a special relations guest who comes and takes you through the entire gamut of your menu, your services. I think if you guys see, I'm aiming this talk basically at the salons, and I've seen it work very well. This is so important because the customer feels at home, especially if it's a first-time customer. Telecalling. Now, does your salon have a cell where it picks up the phone and answers all the queries? This is important. Or do you have an answering machine? Now, product training. I think since yesterday, everybody has been telling you about product knowledge, product training. This is the key thing, I think. Why a beautician is one, or a skin solution specialist, or a hairdresser, they will come to you if you deliver the promise that you have made. And therefore, if you don't know the products very well, that sets you at a very bad disadvantage. Now, there is a huge, like before in this talk you've seen, before a number of speakers have said, there is a huge ocean of products that are available out there. And I've been seeing this. I wish I could speak on the earlier topic, whether the product gives you a bigger discount. I don't think so, and I'm really very convinced about it. The most important thing is that your clients should go happy with whatever you are suggesting. The products must deliver those results. If that is the case, regardless of the fact, whatever discounts you got, it's never going to work. Now, this is, of course, as I said, about professional products. And here I have to say this. As the business starts developing, you will find lots and lots of these large brands in several of the salons across the country. How are you going to differentiate? And how are you, in fact, there was a question of, why would I sell this product? This brand is available across the country. You will have to answer this question yourselves. And when I keep on telling people, do you have the skills? Can you give a good massage? In fact, here there's a debate and there's a question about training. If you go to a particular salon, you will find in the same salon, you take a facial from 10 different people from the same salon, each will have a different movement and a stroke. Are we standardizing this? Or we are saying this product is available across the salon next door?